Hello, I'm Anthony David Hobbs, aka AD Hobbs. Anyway, this review concerns Mad Max 2, which is my favourite of the Mad Max franchise, yeah. Why is it my favourite? Well, a brilliantly constructed story, yes, has a beginning, a middle and an end, yes. The character of Mad Max develops, yes, the story, the environment develops, yeah. And it's like, what would Mad Max look like if it was on a much bigger budget? Well, we find out in Mad Max 2, yeah. So very well done, some good twists here and there. It is the definitive Mad Max story, yeah. And it was called Mad Max 2 in Australia, but when it was released in America originally, it was called The Road Warrior. Because the first Mad Max wasn't successful in America, so they thought they won't know who Mad Max is, so don't have his name in the title. Instead it was just called The Road Warrior. But because Mad Max 2 is this huge blockbuster in Europe, America, everywhere, then then they called it Mad Max 2. Anyway, get to the point. The point is, as I said, it is my favourite Mad Max movie, but it's not perfect. There are a few bits and pieces that could have been done a little better. Well, for a start, in the opening sequence, right, we see images, like flashback of what happened in the first film. Now, Mad Max, it's not very clear if this is post-apocalyptic, or is it when the planet is on the brink of the apocalypse, just before the collapse of society? Yeah, it's not very clear. And but Mad Max 2, it is very clear. This is definitely post-apocalyptic. Yes, 99% of the entire planet is desert because of the nuclear fallout, a nuclear war, and there's a very small handful of survivors left. So yes, Mad Max 2 is made very clear that this is post-apocalyptic. However, in the opening sequence of Mad Max 2, when we see images of war and machinery making oil and stuff, and the narrator says, a long time ago there was a big battle between two tribes. He doesn't specify the names of these two tribes, he doesn't specify what started the war, just that it was such a long time ago, the reason that started the war has long been forgotten about. Wait a minute, Mad Max 2 is supposed to take place about 5 years after the first one. How can everyone have forgotten the history in the space of just 5 years? That doesn't make sense, no. And if there was a nuclear war, all the fallout and everything, wouldn't the air be poisonous everywhere? It wouldn't be safe to breathe for about 100 years. So how come everyone can breathe after just 5 years? That doesn't quite make sense, yeah. So yes, it's not perfect, a few bits and pieces, but well, just have to go with it, yeah. Anyway, in the opening sequence, after the titles have all gone up, the movie starts, and Mad Max is doing what he does best, drives a car incredibly fast, yes. His super cool police car, the Interceptor, with the modifications that make it go really fast, yeah. Some bad guys try to attack him, he stops incredibly fast, so they inadvertently attack each other by mistake, yeah. And then Mad Max zooms on, he finds a truck, a tanker lorry, but there's no tanker attached to it, just the lorry bit on its own. And the first thing he does is, scavenges. Is there anything there that's useful to him? And he gets lots of pots and pans and to get all the leaking fuel. You daren't waste any fuel. Salvage any fuel you can, yeah. Mad Max is a bit of an unusual hero. I mean, he does help people in danger, yes, but he helps them when it suits him, you know. Most of the time, he's only trying to look after himself, yeah. So that's a bit unusual, yeah, but then in his defence, most of the planet is desert, you know, not enough food or water. You have to look after yourself to survive, yeah. Anyway, Mad Max carries on with his mission. His mission is survival, look after number one. He has a pet dog, simply called Dog, and that's Max's only friend, because he doesn't trust any people. Yeah, the only person he can trust not to betray him is his pet dog. And the pet dog does earn his keep, he does a few tricks here and there to help Max, yeah. Anyway, then Max comes to a seemingly abandoned place, so he sees if he can steal anything that would be useful. He kills a snake because he has really fast reflexes. Then we see the gyro captain, a very tall, skinny man with a crossbow, because they do have some guns, but there's very few bullets anywhere, so usually they use bows and arrows. Anyway, he points the crossbow at Max and says, I want to steal your vehicle. And Max says, no, you can't do that, it's booby trap. Well, you deactivate the booby trap then. Then the dog distracts the gyro captain. Max is about to kill the gyro captain, but he says, no, you can have thousands and thousands of gallons of petrol, as much as you want. If you don't kill me, I'll take you to the place, you know. And he's not lying, yes. He guides him to the place where there's like a nodding donkey that pumps loads and loads of oil out of the ground, yeah. A big desert fortress, yes. Thousands and thousands of gallons of petrol, as much as you like. Although they don't call it petrol. Well, sometimes they call it petrol, sometimes they call it gasoline, but more often than not they call it the juice. Yes, the precious fuel is referred to as the juice. And Max goes into this fortress. They sort of take him prisoner because they don't know whether or not to trust him or not. Yes, very paranoid culture, yeah. Anyway, and then the savages or marauders, whatever you like to call them, the baddies basically, they come up to the fortress, but they don't want to attack. They just want to speak. It's a truce, yeah. And the thing is, the savages, they go around stealing whatever they can find, scavenging. They steal and kill to get whatever they want, and their justification is they don't see any other way how you can survive. Whereas the so-called civilized people of the Nodding Donkey Fortress, no, they don't steal anything, no. They swap something. If you want something of value, you bargain, you trade for it. Or alternatively, you work for it, you do a useful favour for them, yeah. They go, no, even though the apocalypse has happened, we're not savages, we're not monsters, we're still human beings with dignity. We haven't given up on our humanity, yeah. Max, however, is not civilised, but he's not a savage either. He's sort of somewhere in the middle, yeah, a mixture of both, yeah. He just does whatever he has to survive, yeah. Anyway, the leader of the bad guys, called the Humongous, huge big muscle man. We never see his face, always wears a mask, yeah. And although his army, they're all like minions and violent hooligans, the Humongous himself speaks with quite an intellectual, civilised voice, yeah, so a bit of a complicated character. And he has the influence necessary to control all these minions, yeah. And anyway, during the meeting, during the truce, this little feral child throws a boomerang with a sharp metal bit. Oh yes, and he throws it, and it kills the man with golden hair. It stabs him in the head, and he's dead. Now, the most deranged of all the minions is simply called Wes. And as you may imagine, he's angry and savage at the best of times. But when he sees like his best friend murdered, he's utterly infuriated. You know, he goes in a fit of rage, goes berserk. But the Humongous restrains him and says, No, I understand you're upset, but don't attack. We do it my way. When the time is right, then you will have your revenge. And at one point in the story, Wes has to have like a collar and a lead round his neck. Yes, he's like a savage animal, yeah. But there's just one little problem here. This is a truce, right? The feral child, the child that doesn't talk, murders a member of the baddies, but this is a truce. You're not allowed to kill anyone during a truce. No fighting. You must show respect for your enemies. The baddies don't kill any goodies during the truce, you know. So yeah, I thought that was a bit off. The good guys were supposed to be rooting for them, yeah. Anyway, after a bit of bickering, then the Humongous says to all the people, here's the deal. Leave the fortress and leave all the precious fuel, and I will spare all your lives. You have safe passage through the desert. Leave now. We'll come back tomorrow. And then the bad guys leave, and the goodies like, what are we going to do? And the leader of the goodies says, well, let's say Humongous keeps his word and spares all our lives, and we will leave. Then what? Do we wander in the desert wasteland? How can we survive? Do we become savages like them? After all this hard work, you know, to build up this society, this civilization, and it's just taken away from us just like that? And another one of the goodies says, the baddies will kill us the instant we leave. How can we trust them? Yeah. So they don't know what to do. They've got this big tanker for carrying lots of oil, but no vehicle to pull the tanker. So Max puts 2 and 2 together, and he says, you want to get out of here? Talk to me, yeah. Now Mad Max is the lead character in the film, but he has so little dialogue. He barely speaks at all, yeah. But he makes it count. When he does speak, he has something important to say. So a lot of Mad Max, he tells the story visually, yeah, because he speaks so little, so you have to pay attention to what's happening in the story visually, yeah. Anyway, Max says, I've seen a vehicle, I'll get it here for you, and what I want in return is my vehicle and as much juice as I can carry. So they pay him in petrol, yeah. Anyway, he can't do it on his own, he needs a bit of help from the gyro captain. The gyro captain isn't exactly his friend, but he's not exactly his enemy either. They got off on a bad start, but they become friends afterwards, yeah. And with the gyro captains, he takes them that like mini buggy helicopter thing. They get to the lorry, the truck, and they need bits and bobs to fix it first, and then drive it back to the base. And of course, naturally enough, Humongous objects. He shoots it with one of the very few guns they have. He shoots the engine bit, and then it goes in and they need more time to repair it. They modernise it, put like a big buffer on the front and barbed wire all around, and all the precious fuel inside the tanker. And the good guys are very pleased Max has done this, and they say, right, we need you tomorrow to drive the tanker into battle. Smash, crash all the smash them to bits, yeah. And Max says, no, I'm not doing it. I don't have to. I don't owe you anything. I've done what I promised to do. Now I'm leaving. You do the battle on your own. Good luck to you, but no, I'm leaving. And they beg him to do it. So they'll offer Max anything he wants. And he says, you don't have anything I want. I've got my vehicle and the precious juice. Well, what more could I want? He goes, well, we could offer you a future. We're going to take you to paradise, you know, wonderful place with sunny seas and lots of vegetation, lovely. And Max is like, there is no such thing as paradise. It's nothing but desert everywhere. There's no such place. You're dreaming. This is crazy. So why does Max insist on remaining a wanderer? It doesn't clearly specify. But for me, I think two reasons. Firstly, because in the first film, his wife and his son brutally murdered, and it traumatised me. After that, he thought I could never settle down again after that. You know, so he doesn't see the point in settling down with society. The second reason is he thinks there's nothing out there. There is no paradise. There's no place you can live. Most of the planet is desert. There is no place of endless food and water. No. Therefore, the only way you can survive is always wandering, always be nomadic, always on the move. So he's just being practical, yeah. Or maybe he just enjoys it being on the road all the time. Anyway, Max leaves them, and the savages capture him, smash his car up. In addition to destroying his car, they kill his dog, his only friend in the world. And Max barely escapes with his life. The gyro captain helps him escape in the helicopter thing. And then Max goes to the leader of the goodies and says, I'm going to drive that tanker. Oh, what do you want in return? Nothing. I don't want anything in return. I'm going to do it for free. I'm the best chance you've got. So it's personal, basically. I have a big grudge against your enemies. I'll destroy them for free. And then the most memorable part of the film, the epic battle at the end, yeah. Always moving, yes. All the fighting takes place in moving vehicles. Nobody stands still, no, always on the move, yeah. Because they want that tanker, they want the precious fuel in it, yes. They'll fight to the finish to get it, yeah. And one of the things I liked about Mad Max 2, the style changed a lot compared to the first one. Well, for a start, all their clothes and all their vehicles and their weapons are made out of odds and ends, bits and bobs, bolted together or sewn together or glued together or whatever, yes. It gives the film a unique look, yeah. Because you're scavengers, you live on whatever you can find, you know, make the most of it. But it gives, in a way, it's a blessing in disguise. It gives the vehicles a really unique look, yeah. The really cool desert buggies and everything, yeah. And, yes, it is a really cool battle. It's worth the wait and everything. We see Wes at his most psychotic, yeah. And then, okay, big spoiler here, eventually Humongous realises the only way he can stop that thing is commit suicide, or drive into it, smash it, it crashes down, yeah. But, in spite of all this, the good guys win, it's all over. Even so, Max still refuses to rejoin the goodies. No, he wants to remain a wanderer. And that's why we have this dramatic ending where, at no point in the film do they call him Mad Max, nor do they call him the Road Warrior. Oh, except for this bit where the narrator calls him the Road Warrior. He goes, we won the battle, we got the precious juice, and the Road Warrior, that was the last time I ever saw him. He exists now only in my memory. So one last dramatic shot of Max, and that's it, the last time you ever see him. Until they do the sequels. So yes, clearly originally they had no intention of doing sequels. But, okay, Mad Max 2 is not perfect, but the ups outnumber the downs. It's a very good story. And it perfectly captures, you know, this post-apocalyptic world, you know, the last remnants of humanity, yeah. And, yes, you see, Max is not a bad guy, but he's been pushed to the edge a number of times on being a bad guy if it's the only way to survive. But in spite of that, no, he does the right, honourable thing. He's a hero, he does the good thing, drives the tanker, helps the good guys, is totally selfless, yeah. So no matter how bad things get, Max remains a good guy, yeah. So it shows, yeah, in a harsh world, do whatever it takes to survive. There's no government, no money. You make up your own rules on how to survive, yeah. So it's a very grim future, but the rewards are good if you come through, yeah. Okay, that's enough from me. Thank you for watching. I'm Anthony Hobbs, and I'm never bored.